Alaikum. You may be seated, brothers and sisters. I thank you for your honor. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, to whom all praise is due, and I forever thank Allah for His coming to us, guiding us through His messenger, Elijah Muhammad. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. I thank Allah for the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that He left for you and I.
Yes, sir. That's right. Yes, sir.
It had not been for a poor man like Messenger Elijah Muhammad, or just say that he went to some of these wise, educated people.
Yes, sir.
And they know how to get money from our people. You wouldn't have had Islam today.
That's right. Yes, sir.
They would have changed Islam to suit them, like some is doing today.
That's right. That's right.
So I thank Allah for His coming and giving to us such a great, intelligent man. A man that you and I must understand he is the last one to us.
That's right.
You won't get another Elijah.
That's right.
You won't get a man as good as he was.
That's right.
You won't get one that is a messenger from God.
That's right.
And a teacher like him. You won't get another one.
That's right.
We might as well to forget about it and take what he gives us.
Yes, sir.
I know that. I don't have to think it. I heard the words from both mouths.
Yes, sir.
Master Farad and the messenger himself.
Yes, sir.
But people don't want to believe
Right.
the truth when they hear it.
That's right.
So by them not wanting to believe, that's all right.
That's right, brother.
It did not worry God when they didn't believe the flood was coming.
That's right.
Didn't worry him. He went ahead on and destroyed them.
That's right.
Lots of people, he turned that city upside down and rained stones of fire on them.
Yes, sir. Listen.
Nobody saved but Lot and his two daughters. We don't have to worry just because there's a few of us.
That's right. Listen.
Don't worry about that. We don't have to worry because people don't want the knowledge of God. We don't have to worry about that. Forget about it. Brothers and sisters, I'm not going to take up much of your time. I'm not going to do that today. We need people to come and hear.
Yes,
And I think Minister Sami have did a good job.
yes, sir.
And Brother John Kabir,
Yes, sir.
I think they did a good job today,
Yes, sir.
right? Oh, okay, well, we thank you.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's all right if he didn't. So anyway, he did it last Sunday.
Yes, sir.
While I wasn't here, he did it. So we give you credit for it.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
You know, there was one man one time, just one, and he did one job, and he did it so well that the people always would mention that man's name, and he didn't do it but one time.
Yes, sir. Teach me, mister.
One time he did it. But I ain't saying that's going to be your last time, though.
Yes, sir.
No, you're going to do so more than one time if you stay around here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right. That's right.
We don't have some of our brothers is missing today,
Yes, sir.
and sisters are missing today. Of course, we don't look for you every day, every meeting, but we desire that you be here every meeting at this time in the judgment day. I'm going to answer a few questions here I have.
Yes, sir.
And that would probably take up some of our time. I have some here, I don't even remember whether I answered them or not. I was looking at questions and they was laying on my desk, and I always put a book and put that page in there for questions because I have a lot of questions from different people in different places, people I have never seen before, and people that thinks they know. Here's a question. I don't know if I answered it. I'm going to answer it again. The question is there a significance to the number 15? I don't think I answered that one. This was back in October. It must have got lost from me if it didn't, because I should have wrote on here that it was answered. No, there's no significance to the number 15 in the Nation of Islam that I know. No, it's just number 15. If there was a significant number as the number 15, it would be in the 15,000 years. And that 15,000 years is now, according to the count of in the Asiatic worlds. But with us, to believe such a number, no, it's just the number 15. In the way that some people might say or think. I never heard 15 mentioned only just by in the 15,000 year. The messenger his time after Jesus' time had expired. He would come in the 15,000 year. Because Jesus came in the 13,000 year. and his time lasts until the coming of Elijah Muhammad. But the real significance of a number is the next number, 16. And that number was used in the making of the devils. When Yaqub said that you all must marry at the age of 16, that was a number that is in the law, and it rules. And it rulings is in this day. A woman at the age of 16 is considered grown, right?
That's right.
So it still rules. So 15, after the 15,000 year, that's it. Question number 2, in the analogy of the events related in the Bible regarding Jesus sending a message by Mary or Mary to his disciples to meet him in Galilee. And instead the disciples went to the gravesite. Well, they said have a reference to the black man in America, particularly the Muslim followers of Messenger Elijah Muhammad. No, it is not that. When you write a question, don't try to answer any of it. Just leave it like it is. Because you try to tell the answer, you're telling me what you think. You understand me? Now, the answer is no. I never heard if it did. But this shows, meaning I never heard if it did. Let me clear it up. Never heard if it did mean the Muslims following the Messenger Elijah Muhammad. I never heard that, meaning that, in that manner. But this shows that the disciples, of which I have often mentioned, did not believe in such resurrections of the dead. They didn't believe that Jesus rose from the dead. That's why they went to the gravesite.
Right.
If they had believed it, they'd have went to Galilee.
Yes, sir. That's right.
But they didn't believe such a thing. Suppose I tell you, says, Brother Sami left day before yesterday, and I seen him this morning, and he told me to tell you to meet him in Hamtramck. And here you go to Highland Park. You don't believe that he's in Hamtramck.
That's right.
Because you went to Highland Park. Oh, he don't know where he's at. I'm going to Highland Park. Don't that shows a disbelief?
Yes, sir.
So it is in the death of Jesus. These things, many of it, after the messenger taught me how to get these things out of the book, I find through many of the theologian studies among devils how they attacked themselves on such things.
That's right.
Therefore, we find in the study of resurrections of the dead, we find that he doesn't rise. So the disciples didn't believe it because Jesus had told his disciples that you look for me, you won't find me.
That's right.
And where I be, you cannot come. Well, that's a fact.
That's it.
Well, what does it mean that where I be, you cannot come? We can understand that if you look for me, you won't find me, but where you be, we cannot come there. That means, can a man come to your grave and get in your casket with you?
No.
You can't do it.
That's right.
So where I go, you cannot come. So Jesus had taught them that the dead do not rise. Now, if Jesus rise from the dead, then that tells us that Jesus have lied,
That's right.
because they asked him concerning the resurrections of the dead, and he said, God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. He's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The living. Now the devil tricked you there, right?
That's it.
Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac was not living during the time of Jesus' time.
That's right.
They were dead. So they had reference to that. And that tells us that if the dead did rise, then Abraham and the rest of them, where are they? So that makes the end of that question. So today we know that it is falsehood to say a man rise and telling that his disciples meet me over there or over here. I don't know if I answered this one. I believe I did, from the way the end of it looks. I believe I answered this one. I didn't write on there that I did, but I believe I did. Can you speak on why it is important to send a child to Muhammad University and not to Catholic school this Sunday? Someone needs to hear it before it is too late. I don't know if that's someone would before it be too late. The fact is, since Islam has come to you and me, and we being Asiatic people, and not German Catholics or Jews Catholics or whatever Catholics or Martin Luther's Catholics or whatever you be. There's only two kinds of Catholics. That's Martin and German Catholics, right?
Right.
So there's only the two kinds. And the head of all Christian churches is in the Vatican, and they all come through Catholic religion. Catholic is older than any of the other parts of the Christian religion. Catholic is. It is a teaching that has all kind of a junk in it.
Yes, sir.
They wear everything
That's right.
that way out. You find the nuns with big hats coming out from the side like this. Find some with it over, coming over like that. And you find them with their ropes on,
Right.
with beads on.
That's right.
And they have the catechism that they says, and they have something else that they say, and it take them about an hour to say that thing. And there's something about the Clement. Something about the Clement, they says. And that means nothing to you, none whatsoever. Their teachings was not even written in the Bible as to what they should believe or after a death. You don't find nowhere in the Bible where that Jesus told anyone that you must be a Catholic or a Christian.
That's right.
So now since Islam has come to us, we find this. It is important that a child should go to the University of Islam and learn of self, since he has been in America or born in America and had no knowledge of self. So it's very important that all black Americans should send their children to the universities of Islam regardless of where they are. Very important. Catholic religion was broken in half by a German by the name of Martin Luther. And he broke away from the original Catholics, which is the Roman Catholics. And his was called, when he broke away from the Romans, he came and brought his part to America. And the reason that they did break away, Martin didn't believe that you should go to somebody else and they pray for your sins to be forgiven. You should pray for your own sins. And that argument, Martin won because he didn't believe that. And he was on the right side with that part of his Catholic religion, because no man can pray to God and your sins be forgiven. God don't take that. That is written in the Quran for this day, that no one can go for you. You remember reading that. So I thank Allah today for his coming to us and giving to us this kind of knowledge to show to us that we can have universities and not only teach the difference in religion, but teach the difference of human being. To teach the human being that which we should know and understand, instead of just standing before you in a place that we call a temple or whatnot and teach a religion in there. Because we can teach many courses in the University of Islam, and some of it brings in the religion of Islam. There is one great course in the teaching in the University of Islam that was given to us. He gave us 12 courses by Master Farad Muhammad. And that is the displaying of the spook civilization for 6,000 years. That's one of the greatest teachings throughout religion that can be taught, because it covers 6,000 years from the day that the devil white people was made on the Isle of Pilon 6,000 years ago. That's a history that is taught in our University of Islam, and we also is able to teach the history of Christianity, because Christianity, as they say, or some say, is older than Islam. I'm still talking about why a child should be in the University of Islam.
Yes, sir.
The one that teaches that Christianity is older than Islam, it is found among most of the Christian people. But we know in this day, since we have got Islam brought to us by Master Farad in 1930 and taught by Elijah Muhammad, peace be upon him, the messenger of Allah, that Islam is older than Christian religion.
That's right.
Because the Christian religion now is considered only to be a little better than 750 years old. And that is because from her making or resurrecting to become a Christian religion, that is today known. It was defeated 750 years ago. So the Muslims does not count Islam, does not count Christianity as being older than Islam, and never did, because Christianity was resurrected in the 6,000 years. Of the 6,000 years, Christianity was resurrected, and Christianity was only come about itself a little after the death of Jesus, because Jesus never knew anything about a church. They put those words in his mouth. He never went into a synagogue to preach Christianity. He never was baptized by John in Jordan, and he never was the Son of God. And this is made known to us through all of the other 6 different religions of the world, that Jesus never was a Christian, and never did he preach Christianity. Jesus' teaching was freedom, justice, and equality, which is Islam, what we have today. Freedom, justice, and equality, Islam, and Jesus was a Muslim, and we have it in all of the histories that was written by Muslims, because the Muslims had knowledge of Jesus while the Christians did not. So the Christians, they brought it about to make us to believe that this black man Jesus was a Christian, and he taught it as a worldwide religion that a man must die to go to heaven, which is wrong. It is not right. No man can condemn that, what I have just said.
That's right.
If so, they would have been after me for 50 years.
That's right.
But they can't do it. When Jesus came on the scene, when he was born, knowing nothing about Christian religion, because it has not been originated. They say Jesus was the founder of Christianity. Now find in any book that is a religious book where Jesus found Christianity. He was before Christianity. And Christianity, according to the devil Jews' writing, it was about 90 years before Christianity come about after the death of Jesus. It was originated in Rome, Italy, at the Vatican. The Christianity was. And now, if Jesus taught it, and he was never in Rome, he never got hardly out of Palestine, Jerusalem. He was a man, didn't go far. He just stayed right around in a circle. He didn't go anywhere. He never taught the population of the people. He never taught the things that you heard preachers and many others that is concerned in the loving of Christianity. He never taught those kind of things that you read in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Just a very few things you can bring out of there that he actually taught. But he never taught the things like what they making us to believe. Because it was originated in the Vatican and Jesus was dead.
That's right.
Jesus didn't live to get an old man. He died at the age of 33. Very young fellow. So we find that it's very important today for a child to go to the University of Islam and learn these things rather than for the child to go to the Catholic Church thinking that he's going to learn these things.
That's right.
He won't never learn in the Catholic Church that Jesus was a Muslim.
That's right.
They're not going to teach you that. Because if they did, you got many, many questions to hook up to him. Why then don't you teach what Jesus taught if he was a Muslim? And we know that he was a Muslim because the Quran teaches it. It says to us, Islam. Islam was the religion of Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, and Jesus.
Right.
It makes it clear to us of what these prophets was. And not only is that of the child going to the school and making it all clear to us, we find that in going to the University of Islam, he gets the root of Christianity being a spook displayed for 6,000 years.
Right.
And the first spookish thing came about in the first of the 6,000 years when Yaqub was out on Isle of Pilan making his people his first lie on religion. He told it. When he said to the nurse, says, you go to the woman when she's pregnant, and when the child is born, you tell her if it be a black baby, that it went to heaven. And when you die, your child will have prepared a place for you in heaven. Taught by Mr. Yaqub, a black scientist, a man that was a god in his day, because he was the creator or the making of a human being. And that human being is none other than these you see walking up and down the street that we call white folks.
Right.
The devil.
Right.
Then we find that it being the spook displayed for 6,000 years, because for 6,000 years ago came Yaqub. The display of the spook civilization originated from Mr. Yaqub 6,000 years ago. And I think that all people, all of our people, should learn that one course. If they learn that one course, they will find out then how Catholic religion come about. They had to get them a religion. Here again we learn that all governments have some sorts of religion. All do. And because of having a sources of religion, that helps the government to keep the people from breaking the government's laws. Religion does. Because you're taught in there, as the Christian says, Moses gave the 10 Commandments, right? And the 10 Commandments said, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal,
Right.
thou shalt not bear false witnesses against thy neighbor. And look at the American government.
Right. That's right. Teach me.
It has tore up every last one of the 10 Commandments and buried them.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
That's true. Thank you, sister. That's true. And if we find him in these 10 Commandments, we find the same thing in the Quran where it calls him the jinn.
That's right.
Why did not you submit, Iblis? I can't submit to the truth. I'm a liar and I know it.
Right. That's right.
Oh, praise the Lord. So it's better that our children should go to the University of Islam, set up by Master Farad Muhammad. I want to give you a fact. Some people would tell us that Elijah Muhammad set up the University of Islam. He did not. He did not set up the universities of Islam. It was done by Master Farad Muhammad. It was him, before the University of Islam was set up, he said to us that if you obey me and do as I ask you to do, I will have it so that he said, I will teach you. This is this way, he said, I will teach you and have it so that you will know how to read and write and arithmetic. All of the figures you will learn them. All of the science you will learn them. He said, if you follow me and do as I said, reclaim your own title. He says, and I will set up a university. No university when he said that. I was sitting down just like you, looking right in his mouth. No university. He said, I will set up a university here and have school for you. And you can learn whatever course you desire. Then he gave us 12 courses. So now, we add in some of the courses and some of the things into it, of which that I made a report card. In 1935, I made a report card with all of this on it. I have that same report card today.
Yes, sir.
and it was put in effect in 1935. When I was teaching and was the principal in the University of Islam, we had no report cards. We reported by carrying the message with our mouth. So in 1935, I drew it up and sent it to the messenger in Chicago. He was living at 6116 South Michigan Avenue at that time. And he put it in effect, and it's still in effect today. So I thank Allah for giving to us this knowledge of Catholic religion. You can read much of the Catholic and the Jews and what they said about Jesus through the volumes that is called the Talmud. If you have read them, you can go to the library and you find them there. You can read much of the history of Christianity in many books in the library, if you go there and seek for them in the catalog. You understand me? It's one I want to find. That's one I have not found yet. I went to the library one day, and this man told me that it wasn't there then. We looked, but we didn't find it. I still want to see that book. Not that it's going to teach me anything about Islam. No. Not is it going to teach me so much about the Christian religion. But I want to know, what did you write? That's good, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
What did you write? Because I know you's a liar. Your father said you was a liar from the beginning. He made you a liar.
That's right.
By lying to that mother, telling her when you catch the woman off guard, the mother off guard, you take a needle and prick into his brains and kill it if it's black. But if it's a brown baby, you keep it. But the black one, you tell the mother that it's went to heaven and it will have a place prepared for you, mother, when you get there. But if it's a brown one, tell her that it's a holy baby. And that baby, take care of it. Take good care of it. Someday, it will be a great man. When that one grew up and then he marries another woman with the law that Yaqub had there, when he married one, she's going to be a light-skinned woman. No black one, brown one. He's going to tell the same thing to that child when it's born. Take good care of it. That's what Yaqub taught his people on Nile of Pilan. And that is a fact. Nobody yet since the coming of Master Farad Muhammad, and we heard him stand before the people, thousands of people, and gave history of white people, we yet have not found a man able to stand before you, me, or no other black person and said Master Farad Muhammad lied.
That's right.
Can't prove it. We have had many black people trying to prove that Master Farad Muhammad lied. Last Sunday, there at Minister Silas Muhammad's place there in the hotel that he was teaching at last Sunday, a brother had a book just like one I have about the messenger and Master Farad. He asked about it. And when I had about 3 minutes word, I didn't, because I wanted to hear this man. I had never heard him before. And he wanted me to be there, and I went.
That's right.
I went. That's the one what wrote in the column in the Muhammad Speaks Continues that said that Minister Farrakhan was a beast. I went there last Sunday to hear him. I'm going to Farrakhan's temple too. I'm going to hear him too. I done heard him lots of times. But I'm going to his temple and hear him too. I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to my nephew, Wallace Dean Muhammad. So I'm going to his temple in Chicago to hear him. When you look down there, you see his uncle sitting right down there looking him right in his face.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
What is you going there for? What are you going there for, John? I have business there.
That's right.
That's right.
We must find the right man. There is plenty of teachers of Islam in Chicago. Plenty of them. And they're all different.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You got a gang of them right here, and they're all is different.
That's right.
But they claiming Islam, right?
Yes, sir.
You have 666 different denominations in the Christian faith, and they're all saying they're teaching Christianity, right? But they differ. So we today must find the roots. And when we find the roots, put them together and let them grow into one tree. That's what I'm after. Thank you, sister. Well, that's what your brother John is after. They don't seem to want to do as I ask, that all black man unite. All black man unite. Then they don't want seems to know that these two, the crescent and the cross, must collide.
That's right.
They must fight. These two.
That's right.
That is the cause of these words here. Which one will survive the war Armageddon? The crescent or the stars and stripes? Which is the cross? They are getting close and close together in war today. Nelson Mandela, that's his name?
Yes, sir.
He said it. How these people here, he said it the other day, are doing more aggressive to black people now than ever before. Well, we know why. Because they want to destroy the black man in a different sense, not shoot him down or cut him down, not like that. They want to destroy you here. And one time that he gets as many that he think he can get destroyed here, that's it. Then you're going to go fight for him. Thank you. But my dear beloved brother and sister, our best bet today is learn of yourself and do for self.
That's right.
Be yourself. Act yourself.
That's right.
Talk self.
That's right.
And treat everybody right.
That's right.
Whether it be a devil, snake, coon, or whatnot.
That's right.
That's right.
Just be yourself. Because you don't have to fight anybody. You don't have to fight nobody.
That's right.
Not one soul do you have to fight. Many times I heard and learned from the messenger that Allah has prepared a people to fight for you. And he will give nations for you. And if he gives nations for us, why shouldn't we be self and act self? But if we don't be ourselves, we will lose the fight. That's right. We'll be the loser. I took up just about too much time for that one, but that was better than the other. That was better. No. No, I answered that one. So the main purpose, brother and sister, is knowing today. I have some more here, but there's too much of it for today. It's almost soon be 4 o'clock. But I'll get you next Sunday by the will of Allah. So our main things today is, again, walk away from Christian churches. Since Jesus had nothing to do with it, it had to be done by the devils. So that'll bring that part to a close. I'm asking again, how many brothers we have here that don't have a job? 2. Okay. Write this number down, this phone number. If we had as fast as people would come to us, they wouldn't have to worry about getting a job.
That's right.
We give them a job someplace else, and then he'll have 2 jobs
Yes, sir.
all the time. If you don't work, don't have a job, Allah makes a way for you.
That's right.
The number is 273 5906. This is at the same place I said yesterday. You call that number there and you ask for Quan Muhammad. That's my son, for Quan Muhammad. And he will answer your question or ask you questions for you to answer them. If you had more, could go, that was Muslim. We seek the Muslim first. They would probably soon be hired. You'd fill application there where he's at. And he will tell you where to go or what not. I've been knowing the people for years that's handling meat at a slaughterhouse. That's at a packing house. He will tell you everything that you wants to know about it. But I say to you, don't go and try to teach anybody in there on your job. Never do that. To try to go to teach Islam, that white people is devils on the job you work on. White folks you working for them, they might fire you. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
You have to know and understand how to teach Islam on a devil's job. And as long as you stay among the Muslim and being a Muslim, you will learn how to do it. Because it will be told to you. but not to go there and standing up talking. Your work is passing by and he's standing there looking at you and got ears all over trying to hear what you're saying, and you're telling him that he's a devil, brother. He will come up there and say, hey, come here. And you know anything, you going home.
That's right.
You don't have a job. I would do the same thing. Sure. Well, the whole company is 3 or 4 different places there. They have the whole company. I can hire everyone that's in here tomorrow. I didn't have a job. I could see that you got hired, brother. But, and they makes good money there. You know, it ain't no just say I'm going to a place or they don't pay enough. Yes, they do too. If I could have got one while I was working like that, you might have not seen me. That pay that kind of a money? Oh God, yes. So now he's going to ask you your education too. Well, I talked with him this morning. He called me again this morning concerning yesterday. He wanted to know did I see any of the fruit so that they can have a job. I said, yeah, 1 or 2 was out that said they didn't have one. This morning he wanted to know if it was it any more. So by doing so, you would have probably a higher position there by him asking what education, you know. You know, white people have learned this. They can trust a black man far better than he can trust his own kind.
That's true.
That's right.
Because, you know why? You gonna tell him the truth.
That's right.
Oh, that's a white man. But when you get the black man, he asks you where you're going, you tell him where you come from. So, and I don't think, I'm quite sure because on Saturdays he don't work. He don't work for 5 days unless that you work overtime or something. For the 6th day, work 8 hours a day, or maybe 10, like that. And you make yourself a good take-home pay. Of course, now a single man, he never do take home a good pay. They burns his paycheck up. Tax and everything coming out of it. I know they did when I was working. Brother, you couldn't take home nothing hardly if you were single. Plenty of people wouldn't work on Saturdays and Sundays because they didn't gain nothing from it. So, be yourself. You'll get hired. Be yourself in there. If you don't do like the one that he have told me about, so just don't do it. And I'm sure that you are not those kind of a people. I have sent some there, and he hired them, and the devil told me when I went back there. He told me. He says he pointed them out. to me. Devils will do that. That's right. Devils will do that. He'll point you out sure. He told me, he said, that one ain't no good. That one ain't no good. That ain't no good there. That one drinks. He gets drunk. That one there go out, and when he comes back, he's drunk. You know, all of that kind of stuff. And this one, he talks too much. Well, I know what he's saying, you know, because I know he's talking about him. You know, he's being a devil. So that just don't go. Don't do that. You know he's the devil. Come here, I tell you that. Let him then come fire me. Can't do that to me. Him, neither his government. Can't fire me. What can he do? Stand there and listen at it and go ahead on. Say, well, that's John. That's all. Can't do nothing about it.
That's right.
I preach it in jail everywhere. Everywhere I like, I tell them white folks is devil. That's right. Let me tell them. You tell them when that you get to the place that you can tell them. Don't tell them that on your job. You get fired, man. Yeah, you'll get fired. And you don't want to get a job and next Monday you done drawed your pay and you come back looking for another job. But I said, no, don't do that. So brothers and sisters, at this time, I think I have said enough for today. I want to start giving the history of Yakub again soon. So that we can get some more knowledge from his history. There's a lots of it. That's what you're being taught about every time that you come here, is this, knowledge from Yakub, history of what he said to his people, and they fulfilling it. And what Jesus said concerning them, and what the Holy Quran is saying concerning them and you, and you're written on every page of the Quran and the Bible. Used on every page, so says Master Farad Muhammad. But you don't know when you get to it. I don't either. Not all the pages. I don't know all of the pages and know when I get to this or that. No. Because it's, to me, it's in dark sentence. But I can say I know the majority of the pages. Oh, yeah. So I thank you, my dear beloved brothers and sisters, for being present here with us this afternoon. And may Allah bless you and continue with you. Let us try to fill up our place here. I want to take these no good chairs out of here. I'm sick. I am sick. I'm about to have heart trouble like Muhammad did. He couldn't make all the white folks be Muslims, so he died with heart trouble. And then so brother came and he left. One did, and I guess it's because that he saw how our place looked. Well, we have to go slow because we don't have nobody to do it, you know. So we have to wait until we do get the chance to clean it all up. But let us hurry to clean it up. If we get these chairs out of here and put carpet on our floor, and we still ain't intend to stay here all the time. I want to build us a little temple right on Hamilton, and right beside it, I want to have businesses. I want to have stores. See this place, what I'm just telling you to go get a job to? You know what I can do there? I'm telling you something, brothers and sisters. I can go there tomorrow morning and fill up a meat market.
That's right.
All we have to have is the building there. This man got 3 or 4 slaughterhouses, and you won't be working in pork. He don't have no pork around there. He might sell it at one, but ain't none where you're going at. And you find out that when you tell him your name, you find out what he is. Yeah. You don't be handling no pork. Beef, lamb, and veal. When you see one of them slices of veal there, you want to eat it raw. Yeah. You don't want to take time to go home and cook it. So we could have, and I know a chicken house. You can get chicken, put in there, and I know a processor of grounded meat. I know that packing. I know them, and they know me. All I gotta do is to go there and tell them, I want this, I want this, I want that. And your place will be filled up. But look, let me say this to you, please. We get people to come, and I tell them this, be here with me. And we get these things. And they'll jump up and leave.
That's right.
Craziest idea a man or woman can ever get when a person tells you, say, if you stay here, you'll go to heaven.
Right.
That's right.
And then they jump up and go right back to hell.
That's right.
That's right.
Craziest thing that ever been. We can have what we want. Easy.
Yes, sir.
Easy. We could build us a place here. Contractor. Ain't hard to get. Easy to get them. But we don't have the people who won't stay. For what? A lot of time it's a bullhead of some sort out here. When you mention it, he out-talks you.
That's right.
Right.
He con you to death. I wouldn't go there. John don't know what he's talking about. No, because John didn't tell him. That's it. And then when he did come here, he didn't stay here to hear.
Yeah, that's right.
You got what you want, brothers and sisters.
That's right.
I keep saying it.
Yes, sir.
If I leave you, it'll be a long time before you get another one that can do these things like I can do them.
That's right.
It'll be a long time.
That's right.
All you have to do is be yourself and believe it. That's all. Follow and be yourself and get what you want. It's here. You don't have to go to heaven to eat a steak. Not up there. Steak walking around here all day long.
That's right.
You have to go up there and get in the milk. Just go get a hold of the car and say, come on here, baby. That's all. That's all. That's the way you do it, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
That's the way I used to see my mother do. Yeah. But you don't need to do it that way now. They do it by electric.
That's right.
I went in the Messengers, our farm in Michigan there. I went up there to the farm, and boy, oh boy, about 10 cows was there being milked that morning. Boy, I looked at the milk coming down, at each one of them. And boy, oh boy, the brother gave me some milk that they had strained. You have to strain it, because hair be in a lot of it. You have to strain it. Brother gave me a big glass of milk. Brother, I felt like I could have come back home and knocked Muhammad Ali and the rest of them down with one time after I drank that glass of milk. That's right. It's good for you. Milk, what you getting in the store, maybe you got that much milk to a quart. That's right.
That's right.
The others is pasteurized, made and comes, you know. Don't want that stuff. No. Go buy you some sweet milk, as you call it now. In the carton or in the jug or whatever. You don't find it in glass anymore, and that's the best container. Glass. You get it in paper or wax or something other that it ain't no good. So go get you one. Pour you some milk in the glass. When you and drink it all, very soon you can see all the way through that glass. You don't see nothing left in there. It don't look like milk been there. Milk's supposed to stain a glass.
Right.
And if you love buttermilk, you might as well have to buy you some sweet milk. Yeah, they done took everything. They used to call it whey. Everything is taken out of it. You ain't got yourself nothing when you go buy this milk now. Got no milk. Got something other there that you can give to the cats. You drink milk, you can feel it. Gives you power.
That's right.
Like the baby, when the mother nursing the baby, holding the baby there, after a while he'll take his hand and put it all around the mama's mouth, you know, and everywhere. And he'll take the nipple and pull back on it, you know. Yeah, I know. I seen my children when my wife would nurse them. Sure, see, I got 14, and I'm looking right at them a lot of times. She'd be nursing them, and she'd hit him on the center and stop biting me. And my oldest son, he would bite her every time, and he'd bite her nipple, and he'd just laugh when he'd do it. He'd just laugh at her. Good milk. That's the way you should be when you drink the milk from the cow. Good milk. Thank you, brothers and sisters. I can talk from now on. So may Allah bless you and grant you your wish. Come back next Sunday. Help me to get people to come over to hear. Help me.
Yes, sir.
We in heaven. All we got to do is to shine our shoes. That's right. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. You may be seated. I don't want to stop.
I know you don't.